Well, that was strange. It was probably the most interesting discussion so far, but it certainly had craziness going on. It was the Ubisoft Press conference. This is a live discussion talking about what's just going on. If you want to interact, if you want to talk about it, please use that hashtag there, E3 discussion, and we'll talk about what Ubisoft just did and what we saw, because I'm still trying to process it. It started up with Just Dance 4, some guy was singing, I forget his name, some famous guy. He was singing and rapping, guys were dancing, it was very, very strange. It was Just Dance 4, it was for Wii U, that was confirmed right off the gate. More Wii U stuff later on in the show. Then it got to these two hosts. There was Aisha, a girl on stage, and a weird, nerdy kind of guy backstage. That was weird, a bit interesting, but still, it was strange. She said everyone is a bit gay because they like the girls, which is good, it's trying to comfort the audience, but still, it was interesting, and I guess that's something the last two conferences haven't really had. Now, straight after Just Dance 4, it went to Far Cry 3, and it started off with a few nipples. Yeah, oh well, that's what people like. It was a cinematic bit showing off the game, and yeah, it cinematic showed the island setting and showed the protagonist called Jason rallying the natives of the island. Far Cry 3 was being demoed on PlayStation 3. It really looked great. Underwater moments looked really good. The forest kind of environment on the island that it's set looked absolutely stunning. It's probably my best looking game of E3 so far. It had great interactivity, great environments to go around in. A very promising game. I very much enjoyed Far Cry 2, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this game does. You blow up tigers with grenades. All the native animals of the island look like to be part of this. And the big bad guy, Vass, he very much tries to tease you and be kind of a dick. You end up going through a psychedelic experience trying to find him. You eventually do get to him and he stabs you, and then it goes to a dream sequence like you'd see on some science fiction show. I don't know if it's going to have any supernatural elements, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. There was a Q&A from Facebook. Ubisoft petitioned people to post questions for the developers on Facebook a few weeks back. One of them was, how open is the world? It's a very open world. Lots of stuff to discover. It's an entire archipelago, so you can dart around, do whatever you want, but it still does look to have a linear story progression. Next up was Splinter Cell Blacklist, the new Splinter Cell game that was demoed earlier today at the Microsoft press conference. The director said he was very pleased with the reception they got from demoing it at the Microsoft press conference. And something that was confirmed was cooperative play is back. That mode that was introduced in Splinter Cell Conviction is back. They're now under the 4th echelon, not the 3rd echelon. And it seems that Sam Fisher has had a redesign. He does have a new voice actor that was confirmed on Twitter. It is no longer Michael Ironside. It is a new voice actor, and he's not so gruff or anything. There was a cinematic trailer, pre-rendered kind of thing. It looked good, but as you can probably guess, you can't really tell much from a pre-rendered trailer. The host of the show was very sexual and got girl woods or something like that. Anyway, next up was the Avengers trailer. This Avengers game was confirmed a few weeks back for Wii U and Kinect, which is an interesting conversation. It's not based on the movies. It features a lot of other Marvel people, like some of the X-Men and Spider-Man. Wasn't any playable, just a pre-rendered trailer, but it looked interesting. It probably will do well based off the success the Avengers movie has had lately. Wii U. Probably not a lot of people were expecting a big Wii U focus, but Ubisoft certainly delivered in that regard. Ubisoft is all behind Wii U, and the first thing they showed off was Rayman Legends. No near-field communication technology putting the statues on the pad was shown, but they did extensively demo Wii U using three people using Wii U Pro controllers and one person using the touchscreen. As you probably saw from the leaked trailer, the touchscreen person interacts with the environment as the people with the standard Wii U controllers control characters on screen. It seemed to work very well, but you got to wonder how practiced that was. 5 players can be on Wii U using Wii remotes or the Pro controller, and one person using the touchscreen, so that's 4 people platforming, one using the touchscreen. They had a wired Wii U pad on the stage, but they did confirm that there was an alpha kit and the final ones will be completely wireless. And a very interesting part was there was a rhythm game. Characters that were platformed through a level, and the person with the touchscreen tapped elements like drums and lines of enemies, kind of like elite beat agents in time with the music to help and push along the platform aspect of the game. This looked very interesting. I hope it plays well. We've got to wonder how those two worlds are actually going to merge. Next up was a Wii U exclusive zombie shooter game. It's set in England. There was just a cinematic trailer, no gameplay at all. It was Killer Freaks last year, but this year it's been named Zombie U, because it's for Wii U and it's exclusive. So it's an exclusive game for Wii U coming at launch, confirmed. There was a Wii U scissor wheel confirming a few more titles. A Rabbids game, Your Shape Fitness, Sports Connection, Just Dance 4, and Assassin's Creed 3 is coming to Wii U, as most people guessed. Then there was an Assassin's Creed 3 cinematic trailer, definitely set in America. The Assassin's Creed character Connor, the new protagonist for the Assassin's Creed game, takes on an entire army and just runs up. This horse gets shot and he starts whacking them with the axe. Then the Assassin's Creed 3 producer came on stage. There was a stage demo. There's not roof running in this game. There's tree foliage running. You jump from tree to tree and dart around. It all looked a bit white, but it still looked good. It'd be interesting to see how dynamic this really is. They're making a big deal out of these demos being live. Quite often, even for the Far Cry demo and for this and for the later ones, they showed video of the person. There was a video camera shining down of the person controlling the game just to confirm that it was actually being playing live. In previous E3s, there have been accusations of many people just having video playing and people pretending to use a controller. This definitely was not the case. You could very much tell this was live. A Facebook question for Assassin's Creed. Are the British the only enemy? You're always fighting the British. The answer took a long time to get there. This game covers 30 years. There's going to be enemies on either side. You're not strongly leads to one side. And over the 30 years, the enemies change sides. And then there was another trailer showing that you kill a lot of animals in the game. And you kill animals, eat their meat, wolves come and attack you, you fight them off. That was fun. Now this was something not a lot of people expected next. Ubisoft really pushing for esports. They've got a new esports exclusive game called Shoot Mania. This looks to be a competitive shooter with weird rules. They got some teams on. There was 2 teams playing on stage, 3 versus 3. There was a female team not dressed in very much, and then there was a male team which was very casually dressed, and it was men versus women. This started to drag on a bit talking about this esports. There was a match where it was 3 people with rocket launchers against 1 person with a railgun. The railgun was a 1-hit kill, the rocket launchers were 2-hit kills, and it was seeing who can knock out the first. The commentators really made that game, which is a shame because when you buy this game and just do your own local group, you're not really going to get a pro commentator. It looks like it could be a free-to-play title, just based on the fact that it's a multiplayer-only game, and it really gave off that vibe. It's a bit hard to explain. It looked a bit dull, but they did state it was an alpha, and they've partnered with the broadcasting place, Twitch.tv, to try and broadcast esports live. There was another sizzle reel showing off a lot of titles that already have been released, and Ubisoft was honking their own horn. And they again reiterated with games like Ghost Recon Online and CSI Miami that free-to-play is big, and Ubisoft's very much behind that, which is probably a good move. A lot of games are going that way these days, and it seems to be profitable. The final thing demonstrated was a new Ubisoft IP. It started off with a very strange cinematic trailer focusing in on Big Brother type, you're being watched kind of scenario. The game is CTOS, and the city is your weapon. You control infrastructure, you control everything, because it's based on the premise there's this massive computer operating system and it controls everything, and you can hack it and control everything. At one stage they went into a bar and there was this robot server guy with a QR code for a head. I thought that was neat. Maybe we'll actually see that in the future. Very interested to see how that game plays. It seemed to be stealthy. I don't know how linear and scripted each thing's going to be, but it was very different. It was kind of reminded people of Assassin's Creed a few years back when that was first revealed. It was had a very distinct tone, I'll say that much. I'm interested to see impressions of this game, to see how it actually plays. I'm not sure if it's on the show floor or not. You switched characters. You seemed to control one character doing one thing, then when he ran off you immediately switched to another character of the same organisation, which was an interesting thing. I really hope this game is worth playing. It looks to be an interesting concept, and I really hope it gets fulfilled. There was no date attached to that title. So that was Ubisoft. Very interesting. I think it's the best thing I've seen so far. All the games, well, except maybe Just Dance, looked really good. You had Far Cry, you had Splinter Cell, you had Assassin's Creed, you had this new IP, and they all look really good. Again, if you want to chat about what you've just seen at the Ubisoft conference, tweet out using that hashtag E3Discussion, and we can converse about it. I'm really pleased with EA. The game, I was very excited for Far Cry 3, and after seeing this demo on the E3 press conference thing, I'm even more pumped. It looks like it could be a really great game. I'm a big fan of Far Cry 2. This game looks absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing some high-def footage of the game, because I was watching it on a stream. And there's no way I can stream high-def, it's just not the bandwidth here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. All the other games, I'm more excited for every game they showed. All Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, and that new IP, CTOS. I'm looking forward to playing all those games. I'm looking forward to hearing how they play from the correspondents on the floor at E3. So that was the Ubisoft press conference. Very promising. I very much enjoyed it. Looking forward to see what else is going to come out. The last press conference for today is Sony. That starts in about an hour and a half. Tune back here immediately after that Sony press conference is over to thefifthbestie.com. There'll be a live discussion of the game. All the things proposed. Will there be a new PlayStation 4 console teaser reveal type thing? Most people saying no, there won't be, but you never know. So tune in here, tweet out using that hashtag E3Discussion, and we can talk live, discussing all the things that are going on at E3. Thank you for watching, and come back right after the Sony press conference right here on thefifthbestie.com to continue this live interactive discussion. Thank you.